She's an award-winning artist who shot to fame when she won the X Factor in 2006.
Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this.
She's had massive worldwide success, selling millions of albums across the globe, and performed at the closing ceremony of the Beijing Olympics.
Forgive me, baby. I gotta take a chance tonight.
She is Leona Lewis, and we're in conversation with her for the next 60 minutes, right here on Century Radio.
Leona, happy Christmas and welcome. You've had an absolutely amazing journey.
It's gone so quick, but yeah, I've done so much in that space of time. But yeah, it's been incredible for me.
Did you think you could ever win the X Factor?
I thought it was possible that I could win, but then I thought that, you know, there are so many other talented people and you don't know what way it's going to go. So I never knew for sure, but, you know, I thought there was a chance, you know.
Leona, are you proud of your association with X Factor, or is it something that you'd ever try to hide away from?
It is very poignant in my career because that's kind of when people first kind of were introduced to me. But beforehand, before all of that, I'd always be in the studio and I'd been trying to pave a way in music and to have a career in it for a long time before. But it's, you know, it's very relevant to me and my story and where I come from. So, you know, I don't think I'll ever deliberately try and hide it because, you know, it's where I come from, where people first introduced to me.
What if I told?
Now, you've taken America by storm. Did you ever expect that kind of response?
To go over to America, and I met Clive Davis, who's obviously been very involved in Alicia Keys' career and Whitney Houston's career, so I was very excited to work with him because I knew what he could bring to my projects. And I took a year out to record the album, which is what a lot of contestants from these shows don't do, I think. So I think it was good that I took that time. And then America kind of really accepted it, which was amazing.
You must be so excited by the collaborations that you've worked on.
When I heard Forgive Me, I was like, with a lot of the other songs, I was just like, oh my gosh, I love this song, kept playing it. So it's very exciting, and then it's very exciting to get involved in the video process and that creative part of it. Very much involved in that, and it's all inspired by different musicals. There's different dance genres in there, so you know, I feel very lucky to be able to do that part of it as well as the music.
Now, you sort of disappeared, then came back with that great record, Bleeding Love. Did you find the wait frustrating?
People were like, what did you do? Did you just like float off away somewhere? But I was in the studio, I was travelling around writing with different producers, meeting people, and collaborating with people. So it was very much just working on the album constantly. And I knew that I needed to do that to have something that truly represented me and something that I think would truly be around for a long time and would be a great record. So Simon supported me on that and Clive supported me on that.
Closed off from
Now, we know that X Factor has played a huge part of your career. What was it like working with Simon Cowell?
It's great. He is a great mentor. He's very passionate about music, obviously a shrewd businessman as well. But the main thing is that with Simon, he allows me to do what I want to do and to follow my passion. So I really respect him for that.
And did you have to battle against the record company and with Simon to be able to have that time writing the album?
I made it clear that that's what I wanted to do. I didn't have to argue or fight for it at all because, you know, they really invested in me and invested time in me and really kind of believed in me. So it was lucky enough that they did that.
It's quite interesting because when you performed with Take That, Gary Barlow gave Simon a bit of a telling off, didn't he?
Yeah,
He
that
said,
probably helped.
Did that help?
Yeah, Gary said, you know, don't mess this up, Simon.
You've got something very special here, don't we? Yeah,
basically.
And I think that sort of sealed the deal almost,
yeah,
didn't it?
Definitely. I was talking to Simon the other day and he said that there's a lot of people that came for maybe very cool and, you know, quirky and different kind of things that wouldn't have really entered it before. So, you know, it's good because I guess they've seen what I've done from the show. Obviously everyone's different and everyone's going to go about things their own way, but maybe it gives them like a bit of hope that, it's not just about the X Factor, but it's about a long career.
Has the experience changed you at all?
I think it's just kind of remembering where you came from. I don't think it's in me to, you know, I've stayed the same person as I always was. And just my parents, my friends, my family who are always completely honest with me. So I think that's who keep me grounded, really. I think it's just that, you know, I entered into the show just when I was 20. 23 now, and I think it's about, you know, growing up. I'd just come out of my teens when I went on that show, so it's like I'm still growing up, and I think that obviously the experience of having different interviews and things like that has definitely built my confidence in that way, but when I'm on stage, that's kind of natural to me. That part of it kind of flows and it's natural, and I've been on stage since I was really young and I really enjoy it, but it's just the other part that's kind of still a bit alien, and then I'm still kind of sort of...
But you're doing great, though. I mean, you know, because I actually think that 2 years ago, because even watching you just interacting on the TV show and so on, and I was just a viewer watching the show, but it wasn't the easiest thing in the world for you to do that.
When there's like millions of people watching you, and you know that, it's kind of in your psyche, and you're like, oh, but I still enjoyed it. I did get nervous. I always get nervous, still now. I think it's when I get on stage, the nerves go. It's just that initial... oh my gosh, just before you're going on, that panic. But as soon as I got into the song, it goes. It's not there anymore.
There's a first